Hello and welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Pooja Dwivedi and today's topic is very significant. We are going to discuss the walkout of Perarivalan, who was actually convicted in the case of Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. He has walked free after 31 years. This is of special significance for UPSC aspirants because we have to discuss our articles. Under what article, under which articles the Supreme Court of India has invoked its unmatched, unbridled power to give such a judgment. Let's talk about it. First, Perarivalan, who was arrested on June 11, 1991, was associated with the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister of India. He was alleged to supply batteries with respect to the explosives, and that is why this particular person, Perarivalan, was convicted. Now, weeks after the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was killed in a suicide bombing attack in Tamil Nadu, on May 21st, the person was arrested. And after that, after so much of time, the Supreme Court has come to the rescue. Why? Because Supreme Court has a notion to become the upholder of complete justice. And this is under Article 142. For this, under Article 142, the Supreme Court has the plenary powers, which are exceptional in nature. These are not used on a daily basis, but these are used on such instances where the Supreme Court sees that injustice is being done. They can pass, the Supreme Court judges can pass such decrees or make such orders in excise of its jurisdiction as is necessary for doing complete justice. So complete justice is the keyword here. In any cause or matter pending before it, and those decrees or orders, they will be enforceable throughout the country. Not only the judgment is pertaining to a particular case is restricted, but it is expanded in nature. That means it will work throughout the country in such a manner which is prescribed by the law, which is made by the parliament. After that, if there is some manifest illegality, that means if there is a very open illegality about any law or judgment, okay, or there is some palpable injustice, that means injustice has been done, which can be felt and seen, that is felt by the Supreme Court, it's palpable, injustice can of course be dealt with under Article 142. The grant of relief is beyond the parameters of the statutory law. In this case also, Article 142 is invoked. Okay, moving on. It encompasses a power of equity which is employed when the strict application of the law is inadequate to produce a just outcome. So if there is a law which even after the strictest implementation does not give a better outcome, then Article 142 can be invoked. And the demand of justice, because it requires a close attention, the Supreme Court is going to take into account or scrutinize every related fact with respect to it. A solution would be reached at which is equitable and just. This is the significance of the Article 142, which was of course dealt by the Constituent Assembly, not much in detail, but the founding fathers wanted to make sure that justice prevails at the end, and that is why it gives such a big power to the Supreme Court. The direction issued under Article 142 can widely be interpreted as a relief because this is curative in nature. It will cure the problem, and also a declaration of law. It can also work as a law, not only cure but also a law. So these two things are important. Very important cases which are related under it are Premchand Garg versus Excise Commissioner of UP Allahabad, then A.R. Antule versus R.S. Nayak. This was actually, the decision in this was upheld in the next case. And Union Carbide Corporation versus Union of India, the Bhopal gas tragedy was also there. Supreme Court Bar Association versus Union of India is also related to Article 142. Antule, that means this case, was decided by a 7-judge bench, rest of them by 5-judge bench. Moving on. Premchand Garg case, here let's discuss what was important. The Supreme Court said that the law, the judgment should not only be consistent with the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution under Article 142, but it cannot even be inconsistent with the substantive provisions of the relevant statutory laws. That means, first we have to check that whatever the judgment or the outcome is there with respect to whatever the crime has been done or whatever the conviction or litigation is related with, first they should be very well fitted with the fundamental rights of Part 3 and also not be inconsistent. That means it should not go against the substantive statutory laws. Both should be balanced in nature. Article 142 clause 1 confers upon the court powers which can contravene the provisions of Article 32, that is right to constitutional remedies. This is a very important statement, remember that. And in the Antule, the majority opinion, it upheld the court's opinion in the Premchand Garg case. So if it is asked that A.R. Antule case, Premchand Garg case is related to which of the following articles, Article 142 is there. Okay. In the Union Carbide case, the Supreme Court said that $470 million of compensation should be given by the company which was involved in Bhopal gas tragedy, and there they widened the scope of Article 142 clause 1 by saying that there is a necessity to set at rest certain misconceptions in the argument touching the scope of and powers of the court under Article 142 clause 1 of the Constitution. So they said the court knows that this is something, this article is unique in nature. It should not be used in trivial cases, and although there is a wide scope, but it should be at the last, that should be the last resort. And Bhopal gas tragedy was something that was very, very unique in nature. Accidental uniqueness was there. Supreme Court Bar Association, the Supreme Court powers under Article 142 were supplementary in nature. That means they couldn't, the Supreme Court's judgment could not replace the law, but it has to supplement. That means walk along the substantive law. The substance of the law cannot be taken away and supplanted by the judgment of Article 142. Okay. Then after that, order the second statement, which here it is saying the order could not supplant the substantive law and build a new order or edifice where none existed earlier. So it will not play or temper with the law that was already existing, and this is something that has been said where the Supreme Court Bar Association, although the judgment stands the ground whenever it comes to taking those judgments for future purposes in the entire judiciary of the country. So this is something that we have to be careful about. In Ayodhya verdict, very important case, Ayodhya verdict also, the power under Article 142 is not limitless. It was said by the Supreme Court itself, and the judiciary had to secure complete justice. Any injustice which could have been done to the parties that were involved in Ayodhya case was remedied by Article 142. Notion of justice, equity and good conscience, as well as supplementary powers to the court to effect complete justice. This is the beauty of Article 142. The court used the extraordinary powers under this provision to grant 5 acres of land in Ayodhya outside the disputed areas to Muslim party in order to safeguard the secular structure of the country. Or not only to the Muslims, but Nirmohi Akhada were also compensated for, which were a party to the Ayodhya case, so that proper remedy could be provided by Article 142. Article 142, to ensure that a wrong committed must be remedied. So this is a remedy, you can say a curative justice. If we talk about the person, Perarivalan, he had submitted a mercy petition to the Tamil Nadu governor in 2015, saying that the governor has a huge power under Article 161 and the sentence of the person could be granted pardon or reprieve, respite, remitted, commuted, suspended. Okay, so these are the various powers of the governor. Same powers are given to the president under Article 72, right? The Supreme Court, after that, what happened? He did not get any response from the governor. After that, he went to the Supreme Court. In 2018, when it was said by the Supreme Court that the governor has the right to decide about the remission petition, after that also, no response was given. But Then after what happened? In 2020, the Tamil Nadu cabinet, it recommended that yes, Perarivalan should be walking free and along with other 7 convicts. This was done by the Tamil Nadu cabinet. But after that, also nothing happened from the governor's side. Then comes the Madras High Court into the picture, and he said that the Madras High Court said that because of the faith and trust attached to the constitutional post of the governor, it is important that the governor exercises its powers. But the governor was also warned that it might be forced to intervene. That means the High Court of Madras High Court was very angry about the governor's role in the entire process because he wasn't doing anything. Now, in January 2021, the Supreme Court came into the picture, warning that it will be forced to release the convict on grounds of inordinate delay, because there is being delay. Justice delayed is justice denied. So that was also one of the facets. And in February 2021, the governor's office, it forwarded the state government's recommendation to the president, and the plea is still pending in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Now, inordinate delay by the Tamil Nadu governor in the exercising of his powers under Article 161, it comes under judicial review. This is a warning by the Supreme Court. And it also, the Supreme Court rejected the centre's submission, saying the centre said that President has exclusive power to grant remission in cases pertaining to Section 302, that is murder of the IPC. This has been rejected by the Supreme Court. Moving on. Now, if we talk about the necessity of Article 142, first is because justice is the premise of every just society. So, justice should be complete in nature. It should be based on many positives and negatives. Then only a proper channelization of justice can be done. And there is no inherent safety valve in the Article 142 which restricts the court from invoking this power. That means the court is not restricted. When it comes to justice, the court has expansionary powers. This has been reiterated by Article 142. It is used to meet the situations which cannot be met effectively and efficiently by the current law. And the founding fathers, that means the fathers of India who founded the constitution, wanted the Supreme Court to uphold this exceptional power whenever it comes to justice. Okay. And Article 142, it started out as a draft article under Article 118, but it was adopted on May 27, 1949. The entire crux here is justice. Okay. Whatever forms the premise of the Supreme Court is justice. So that something is, of course, it has reverberated with the exercise of the Article 142. Moving on, let's look at the question. Judicial restraint must be exercised in invoking Article 142, and exercising the power merely on the grounds of sympathy should not be done. Now, this is critical analysis. Do it in 250 words. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated, and thank you so much for watching.